House Republicans are zeroing in on President Biden's connection to his son's foreign influence peddling and potential bribery in their first impeachment inquiry hearing this week.
He used the money of the people I represent in the 4th District of Ohio to help his family. And anyone with a brain can see that. That's why the chairman wants the bank records. That's why we're doing the impeachment inquiry. It can't get plainer and simpler than that. He gets the request. He calls his dad. His dad calls the audible, uses our money to leverage the change. I think anyone with common sense can see it.
House Judiciary Committee Chairman and Oversight Committee member Jim Jordan making the case, and now House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer has formally issued new subpoenas for the personal and business bank records of both Hunter Biden and his uncle James Biden. He's calling this the next step in the investigation. Earlier this week, we learned of $260,000 sent from China to Hunter Biden, but sent to Joe Biden's address during his presidential campaign. Joining me right now to discuss it all in a Fox Business exclusive is Chairman Jim Jordan. Congressman, thanks very much for being here this weekend.
You bet. Good to be with you.
Can you walk us through why $260,000 was sent to Hunter Biden at Joe Biden's address when, in fact, at the time, which was just in 2019, Hunter was living in California?
Yeah, who knows? It's just one more piece of evidence that raises concerns, I think, for any common sense American out there who sees how this whole thing played out. So, look, this is why we continue to pursue our investigation, continue to do our oversight, and as you mentioned, it's why the Chairman Comer has subpoenaed the bank records for Hunter and Jim Biden, the president's brother. We'll see what that information, what further we learn from that new information when we get it.
Now, Congressman, you know that your colleagues on the left, the Democrats, are defending Joe Biden. They did so in your first hearing in the impeachment inquiry this past week. They say there's no evidence, that this is all about Trump and this is just a joke. So walk us through what you believe to be the most important damning evidence leading to potential bribery charges.
Yeah, 5 days in December in 2015, and we learned about this when we deposed Devon Archer, Hunter Biden's business partner, under oath. And understand what happened. Devon Archer tells us on December 4th, 2015, Hunter Biden and Devon Archer are meeting with the Bartiromo executives. They ask them, "We are under pressure from the Ukrainian prosecutor. Can you help?" They get a request. Next question we asked Mr. Archer was, what did Hunter Biden do when he got that request? Devon Archer's response, he called his dad. The obvious next question is, what did his dad do, if anything? And we know what he did. 5 days later, he gets on a plane. According to Washington Post reporting, while on that plane ride, December 9th, 2015, while on that plane heading over to Ukraine, he calls an audible and says, we're going to leverage American tax dollars to start the process of firing that prosecutor. Directly does what was asked for by the Bartiromo executives. And they not only get that prosecutor fired, they get the subsequent prosecutor to drop the charges against the head of Bartiromo. That all played out. That is with no doubt about those series of facts. And what's important, Maria, is all that pattern right there is consistent with what the confidential human source told the FBI, and they recorded in the 1023 form. So that happened. This is a tale as old as time, as I said in the hearing. This is a politician taking certain action that benefits his family financially, and then the kicker is he tries to conceal it, they try to cover it up, and that's exactly what I believe the Justice Department did with the David Weiss investigation.
So where is this all leading? I mean, when is the next hearing? What are you planning to do once you do get those bank records?
Well, what we're doing on the Judiciary Committee is we've now scheduled David Weiss to come in for an interview. We want to talk to David Weiss on the investigation side, how he ran that investigation, why did they let the Bartiromo tax years, the statute of limitations on those tax years, why they let that expire? We think all these decisions made in that investigation seem to show that they were trying to do everything they could to keep it away from the White House, to keep it away from Joe Biden. So we want to talk to David Weiss, two other lawyers who were part of the investigation into Hunter Biden. We've got them scheduled to come in for a deposition as well. So we're working on all that. As you know, Chairman Comer is subpoenaed the bank records. We want to take a look at that information. So that's how I think in a systematic way we do our constitutional duty of oversight, particularly now that we're in this impeachment inquiry phase of that oversight.
And how long will this impeachment inquiry phase take? I mean, you don't think you're actually going to get an impeachment through the Senate?
Well, we'll see. I mean, again, I don't set any artificial timeline. I think it's driven by the facts, driven by the evidence, driven by our constitutional duty to do oversight. We are now in an impeachment inquiry phase, and we got to focus on just doing our work and see where that leads. But I think the evidence right now is pretty darn compelling, particularly when you just focus in on that Bartiromo example that I just gave. I mean, never forget these four fundamental facts. Hunter Biden was put on the board of Bartiromo. Fact number one. Fact number two, he wasn't qualified to be on the board. Fact number three, the Bartiromo executives, as I just talked about, asked him for specific help. Fact number four, Joe Biden did exactly what was asked for. That, to me, is a real problem. That is, I think, irrefutable evidence right there that something wrong was going on. In fact, Professor Turley said that this was a confirmed corrupt scheme of influence peddling. And that, to me, is pretty darn serious. So we're going to continue to dig and focus, I think, on that issue. And then the other things relative to other foreign nationals who are paying the Biden's money.
Yeah, and then you've got the whistleblower testimony where one former FBI whistleblower says that, or an IRS whistleblower says that, one Biden gets $5 million, the other Biden gets $5 million. And that's what we have to do to get protection. You also have the 176 suspicious activity reports and all of those emails, 10% for the big guy. So we're going to keep a spotlight on this, but I want to ask you about more pressing news this weekend. Even Elon Musk went to the border and put a spotlight on it this week. I wonder why this week was so chaotic. At one point, it was 11,000 people apprehended coming in a 24-hour period. Congressman, I don't think we've ever seen 11,000 in a day. And that's what we saw, 11,000 in a day.
The Biden administration has set records year after year after year, month after month after month, day after day after day. I mean, it's intentional. And at some point, you got to say, this is crazy. Let's stop it. That's what I'm thinking that we should be focused on. That's what I'm trying to get. What are you going to do? Are you going to put the right policy in place, or are you going to have an open border continue to create these problems for our country?
Sure. Mr. Chairman, good to see you. We'll be watching your work. Thank you, sir.